Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a healing hypnosis session. And for regular listeners of the show, you might recall that a few months back I was working with someone that had a tumor in their breast, and they wanted positive and empowering hypnosis suggestions to help with the healing that they were on. And the good news is that tumor has become benign. It's a cyst. It has a physical element to it, but is no longer a danger. And the client wanted the final piece of their healing journey for that hard cyst under their skin to no longer be there. And because they'd already seen so much evidence of positive improvement, they have a high level of belief that the things that they're doing, which is everything from incredible nutritional choices, heat therapy, alternative therapies, is continuing with that healing journey that they're on. So there's no mention of a tumor in this, only a mention of a cyst or metaphors for something hard under the skin, like a pebble, a stone, a bit of ice, all the kind of things that could be eroded or melted away to give them an idea that they are moving in the direction where they wanted to. I think there's another analogy. If you've ever had that sensation of a knot under your skin, so when you have a deep tissue massage, quite often they're looking for the trigger points, these kind of knotted bits of tissue. And actually, if they just put pressure on those, quite often the knots kind of get to a point where the muscle tissue returns to that normal amount. You've got better blood flow. So you've got these metaphors that represent something that clearly is hard and then not becoming that. And you'll also hear future pacing, so they can imagine a future where this is just no longer a thing. There is a reference to Hawaii because they've got an upcoming trip to Hawaii, and therefore this becomes two things. One, it's a form of disassociation, which I typically do use in my inductions, but also, given that they are going to be in Hawaii anyway, this becomes a post-hypnotic suggestion. So anytime they spend in Hawaii is going to be perceived by their unconscious as a healing place where healing takes place. So there's a bit going on here. It's unlikely that you have a cyst that you want to remove. What is more likely is that there is some niggling injury or some area, either physical, mental, or emotional, that you would like to heal. So treat this more in terms of healing rapidly, and this idea that by listening to this, treat the idea of a cyst as just a metaphor for whatever healing you need. And then that way, as you imagine that dissolving, it can represent whatever the healing you would like to see in your life. And of course, if you do want something bespoke and calibrated to you, rather than hearing something that was created for someone else, check out the link in the show notes to book a free consultation call. Or some people listen on devices like the smart speakers and things like that, so it's difficult to access show notes. So you can check out a website, which is my website, adamcox.co.uk, and on there you'll also be able to find a link to schedule that free consultation call. For now though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of calm and relaxation. Feel that relaxation going in through your nose, down your windpipe into your lungs. And imagine your heart distributing that relaxation to every cell in your body. And as you exhale, feel a sense of release. Any of those echoes of day-to-day stresses and frustrations, annoyances, or just thoughts that no longer serve you. Get a sense that that is leaving your body in that outward breath. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension as you allow yourself to feel that you're drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed your body becomes, the more your imagination becomes alert, amplified. I want you to get a sense that your brain is just a biological computer. Everyone has had a dream where they're falling. Everyone's had a dream where they're on a grand adventure. And that's enough evidence to show you that your imagination is capable of creating realities as if they're real. They feel real while you're in them. And it's only when you awaken you realize it was a dream all along. So that same power to dream, allow it to create a thought of a beach in Hawaii. Just allow your imagination to take you to that beach. I want you to get a sense of the type of beach. Maybe a sandy beach. In fact, as you breathe in and breathe out, I wonder if you could imagine yourself standing on the warm sands of that beach in Hawaii, with the golden sun bathing you in warmth, as you hear the rhythmic waves roll in. In fact, imagine walking to that part of the beach where the waves meet the sand. And I wonder if you could imagine feeling the waves washing over your feet, warm and soothing. And with each breath in, feel the salty ocean air filling your lungs, clean air, refreshing and healing. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to let go of any tension, any worries, as if the ocean is taking them away as the waves roll out. And I wonder if you could imagine you're wearing whatever would be suitable to to go deeper into the water. And imagine stepping forward into the water. Maybe imagining that salt water rising up to your ankles, your calves, perhaps even your waist. And finally up to your chest. But this salt water isn't any salt water. Imagine this as healing water, deeply cleansing, with the ability to absorb anything that does not belong, just as it has done for thousands, if not millions of years. Allow yourself to float in the water, almost like the water itself is carrying you, cradling you, so that your body feels light, weightless, effortless, and the sun overhead warms you, feeling like it's penetrating deep into every cell. The salt water is healing, and the sunshine is healing. And the sunshine is sending healing energy to exactly where it's needed most. So feel the ocean cradling you. And I wonder if you can distort time in your imagination as you notice the sky shifting and you allow the sun to start to set. Almost like you're staring up into the sky, seeing the warm oranges and pinks melting into deep purple. And each moment your body drifts deeper into relaxation, deeper into healing, and deeper into a wonderful transformation. And just as the sun sets and rises effortlessly, so too does your body renew and heal effortlessly. And every morning the sun rises a little brighter, just as your body grows healthier and lighter with every passing day. Linear time exists in reality, not in your imagination. So you could imagine sunrises and sunsets while bathing in the healing water, experiencing the healing energy of the sun. And as the waves roll in and out, maybe you could imagine them gently eroding something small beneath the water, like a tiny stone, smooth and worn down by time, until it vanishes completely into the ocean, carried away forever. What if the sand on the shore, thousands of years ago, were large sandstones, eroded over time until they almost just disappear into the water? And what if that stone is like a cyst, something that once was there, but is now being softened, dissolved, and just carried away by the forces of nature and your body's own intuitive intelligence? And I want you to think of a particular location where the cyst or scar tissue once was. Notice it, acknowledge it, and now imagine it changing. What if you were in the future and it's already no longer there? Imagine going backwards in time and thinking, what was it that enabled it to completely disappear? Perhaps it's like a tiny sandstone being gently worn down by the warmth of your own healing energy. Or perhaps it's like a small piece of ice, something once solid and rigid, but now melting effortlessly under the warmth of your body's deep, natural healing. I want you to think of all of those things that you do that involve heat. Every time you take a sauna, a particular type of heat therapy that gets your body hot and sweating. Perhaps even certain spices that raise your body's temperature. Get a sense that that is melting away. That ice that once was hard until it disappears to nothingness. I want you to think of a time when you were working with someone and they had a knot in a particular muscle, fibers of muscle tissues all clumped up together. And think of, by massaging it, putting pressure on it, it went from being once tight and tense, but then, with that deep relaxation and movement and motion, those muscle fibers softened and became smooth and just like everything else, almost like it was never there to begin with. And as you float here in the healing waters of Hawaii, your subconscious mind knows that every action you take, every choice you make, is contributing towards your complete and total healing. I want you to think of things you do that other people don't understand, but for you it has a powerful ability to flush out toxins and restore balance. That whenever you use heat from the sunshine or a sauna or a chamber or a spice or even exercise, it's all contributing to melting away that which is unnecessary, leaving only health and vitality. Think of massage, where you're receiving massages, and that friction, that motion, that movement all helps. Or things you do to cleanse you from within. All of these support your body's natural flow, restoring equilibrium. I want you to get a sense that all of these things working in harmony giving you the ability to do more than you need. Like a sledgehammer to crack a nut. You're doing more than is necessary for that lump, that bump, that cyst to just evolve and disappear into something that is barely noticeable at all. So let's visit further into the future now. And you decide how far into the future. Maybe a month, maybe 3, maybe more. I want you to imagine that you're leaving the ocean and returning to the beach. But this is now your future. Feel your hand in that location where the cyst used to be. And notice it's completely disappeared. No lump, no bump. No different shapes. It feels like it was never there. And for some reason, I want you to imagine a full-length mirror on that beach in Hawaii. And imagine staring at yourself on this private beach, no one else there, completely naked, looking into that full-length mirror and seeing the reflection showing the complete absence of something that was there in the past but is no longer there in the future. Scan your body for the emotions you feel. That when you touch it with your fingers, it isn't there. When you see it in the mirror, it isn't there. And maybe it's joy or relief or confidence. Notice what comes up for you and amplify it. The more positive emotions you link to this future thought, the more you're sending clear directions to your subconscious mind as to what you want it to do. I want you to get a sense that at the point you realize it's gone, you feel a desire to share this news with someone. Imagine now you're fully clothed and maybe celebrating, maybe having a conversation with someone, or maybe just taking time to reflect with your own company to fully take on board that this journey has sent you in a direction that has enriched your life. But at the same time, you're grateful that this thing that was there is no longer there anymore. And your subconscious mind knows that this reality is not just possible, but perhaps inevitable. Notice the sun setting one final time, but the sun is now setting on a particular chapter in your life before a new chapter starts. And that feels wonderful. It's time to leave this beach that was only ever in your imagination, but take all of the healing thoughts with you. Feel what it would feel like to imagine something melting and dissolving, eroding and just disappearing. Continue to think that thought like you're programming your body what to do now that you've had a glimpse of a future that feels so good. It's time to return to the here and now, taking all of these thoughts with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Start to calibrate with the here and the now. And very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. But you will awaken with a new level of belief and faith and conviction that things will naturally take their course to a wonderful future for you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.